Everyone, are you excited for your new mayor of New York City? Are you? Hey! Because if you haven't seen who your new mayor is, I'm going to show you a quick picture here. There he is.
Oh, wow.
This is your new mayor of New York City right there. That's all I could think of every time I hear this dude's name. And notice the font that they used on this whole thing right here is pretty much very similar to what he was using in his campaign ads.
Yeah, it's very similar. That's
Similar.
probably where he got the idea.
Probably, yeah. And it's just I sit here and I'm like, oh my god, this guy is something else. But yeah, you people were duped. You people were duped by this guy. And what's sad is that your short-sightedness and your willingness to let your TDS take the better of you is that you're not looking at the long game here, and you voted in somebody who's not only a proud Democratic Socialist, aka communist. Let's not be fooled. But he's also an Islamist, Muslim, and you people really need to think about what you're doing here, because this is not good, and we need to take back control. So let's listen to a couple of these here, because this is something that people are getting fed up with already.
You know, there were a few months ago where I told supporters across the city, stop donating. Today, I am asking them to start once again. Preparing for January 1st is one that will require staff, it will require research, it will require infrastructure. And I'm excited for the fact that it will be funded by the very people who brought us to this point, the working people who have been left behind by the politics of the city.
Because I'm a socialist too, and it feels nice to have someone represent the policies I've believed in for so long in government.
When has socialism ever worked?
Socialism has not ever worked other than in Denmark, Sweden, Finland, and everything.
Those are some of the most capitalist countries in the entire world according to the Economic Freedom Index.
Welcome to the transition. On January 1st, I will be your mayor. Oh, and one more thing. Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again. So I hope you'll make a donation at transition2025.com.
Okay, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I did not think exactly this was gonna happen. I thought this guy was gonna win in New York City. I thought that our market was gonna pick up, but I didn't think it was gonna happen like the next morning. I'm like, okay, my sellers like settle down. I don't think they're just gonna come, racing down and, from New York City. But I've literally been on the phone since 7 a.m., nonstop back-to-back calls. I had showings scheduled for listings that haven't had showings in a month. I was wrong, because it literally turned on like a light bulb, literally blew off like a firecracker.
She hasn't endorsed all your funding plans yet.
No, but she has said that this is of immense importance to her. And what I've said time and again is the funding plans I've put forward are the ones I think are most straightforward and direct.
I'm so torn, because I would like to see the new mayor do well, because I love New York. I really love New York. New York was doing really well, but there were some bad signs. The bad sign was a guy named de Blasio. That was the beginning, and it was bad. This one,
he was horrible.
Look, for 1,000 years, communism has not worked. Communism, or the concept of communism, has not worked. I tend to doubt it's going to work this time.
Did you see his victory speech?
It's literally never worked. Yeah, I thought it was a very angry speech. Certainly angry toward me, and I think he should be very nice to me. I'm the one that sort of has to approve a lot of things coming to him, so he's off to a bad start.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not.
He's a typical Trump. He should be nice to me. And blah, 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 blah. Okay, Donald, we got you. But yeah, this guy. I don't know if you've heard the speech, but oh my God, this guy is something else. So this is a guy who wanted to bring everybody together, and he was always smiling. He was always like, "Hey, I'm for the working class. I want free childcare. I want free healthcare. I want free buses. I want rent control. I want this, that, and the other, because we need to make New York more affordable." Granted, great message. Absolutely, we need to, but not the way you want to do it.
No.
So did you hear the speech he did once he won? And does this not show you exactly what a wolf in sheep's clothing this guy really is?
That's exactly what started the pit in my stomach for this guy. I mean, it did a long time ago. I really thought this was a bad decision. And when he got in the head of the polls, I'm like, and this was a while ago, on the campaign trail, I'm just like, oh, if this happens, this is going to be a disaster, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, and then you see those ads, and he's he's for the people, of the people, wanting to take care of the people. I'm the new face for the people, the voiceless, the new voice for the voiceless, or some dumb shit that he said like that or whatever.
And I'm going to be thinking about you each and every second of each and every day.
Yeah, and then
really
run the speech.
This is from the Dana Last show, and you can hear part of the speech, and you can hear the anger in his voice and what he says, and he's not even American. It's very anti-American, very pro-immigrant, pro everybody else but Americans.
It is. It's almost like it gave me the feeling that of those people like Ellen, who hates America so bad they want to leave. Now he hates America so bad that he got in, and now he can
fundamentally change.
Yeah, fundamental. There you go. Yeah,
there's your buzzword right there.
Yeah, that's the PC way of saying it.
It's amazing to me how many of these people want to be in America, but then once they're here or they get into power and do something like this, they want to change it to what they ran away from.
Yeah.
Listen to this little wolf, and then you can make an evaluation after that.
No New Yorker should ever be priced out of anything they need to survive. And we believed then, we believe today, we will believe tomorrow that it is government's job to deliver that dignity.
Oh my gosh, he actually said the words.
Wow.
Dignity, my friends, is another way of saying freedom.
Wow, what a Marxist. That is one of the most Marxist things I've ever heard in my life. That's Zohran Mamdani, who thinks that the government's job is to make you feel dignified about your choices in life. It's the government's job to hand you dignity. It's the government's job to do these things for you. No, it's not. It's not.
No, it's not.
It is not.
It's not. And that's why it's so fucked up right now, is because government has had their hand in our pockets and in our homes and in our lives for too long and for too deep.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of local politicians are Democratic, and we're considered a red state.
Yeah.
I think, because a majority vote red in the bigger elections, but it's really weird because most of our local politicians are blue.
Yeah.
It's weird to me. It's weird to me.
Well, and here's the other thing. I'm all about diversity of thought. I'm all about, not the hive mind, not the same, like mind thinking. Mm-hmm. I welcome differing opinions, but then there needs to be common freaking sense.
Well, I think that for a lot of the time that I've kind of been noticing and had my eyes open to it, because for the longest time I put my head in the sand. I didn't really care about it. Didn't want to talk about it. Didn't think it affected me until it started to affect me. And then I'm like, wait a minute. But it weirdly works. And you're right. I think that, it's all about the better idea.
Yeah.
And then the better follow through.
Yeah.
We've had Republicans in our local government who've been absolute dog shit.
Oh, absolutely.
And have not
followed. What the hell are you thinking?
Yeah, not
grow up.
The damn thing that they said they were going to do. And then you've had some of my favorites in the past have been blue. Yeah, Democratic. And I've even had friends, you know what I mean, that have run and done well, and I support that, on the blue side, but I supported what they were doing. I supported their follow through, and they came through. I think you're right. It's dumb or it's just not intelligent to not support the best ideas. And if they come from the other side, that's fine.
That's totally fine. Yeah,
that's how we start to work together.
Right.
You know what I mean? And reach across the aisles and go forward the best way we can with the best ideas. You know what I mean? Not just beholding to color. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, and I think the only way you get this out of it, out of our politics, and you never will, because it's so established, it's so chiseled in the granite that you'll never get it out, is you really have to have term limits on people. Because you learn to game the system, you learn to get enough done just to say, yeah, I'm doing it for the people. Meanwhile, over here, you're doing something else that benefits you or your buddies or your establishment group or whatever. And I mean, I hate to say it. It's like Nancy Pelosi retiring. Thank God.
Thank Christ. Yeah.
40 fucking years in Congress. Not quite as long as Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. Esquire Limited III was, but for 50 plus years or whatever. But she's 85. And Maxine Crazy Mad Max Waters is 92 or 3 or some shit like that now or something. Why are we allowing, and trust me, I'm not about AOC. AOC is, again, good for one thing and one thing only, and that's bartending. And she needs to shut her cackling mouth. To listen to her talk like a little 16-year-old girl is annoying as F. And it's like, not the fuck up.
Yeah.
And she wants to fundamentally change things as well. And so she's just right along with this Mamdani douchebag, which we're going to play the speech here right after you make your comment. Open the floodgates. So if you remember all of his little thing, and we'll play the commercial he did to try to get people to vote for him, his little campaign ad, a little bachelor playoff there, which is just disgusting. He was all nicey nice, all Mr. Smiley Smiley, all Mr. Everybody's buddy and all that stuff. I've got a few other videos that show his true colors. Yeah, and then you listen to this guy after. I mean, this just goes to show you how disingenuous this guy is and his family and everything about him, and you moronic liberal voters who voted this guy in. And yes, he had no competition whatsoever, not in Cuomo, not in Sliwa, not in the others who dropped out of the race a while ago. I mean, this is pathetic. So even the liberal host, Van Jones, was like, whoa, wait, like he's shocked. Like we're Van, wake the fuck up, dude.
The warm, open, embracing guy that's close to working people was not on stage tonight, and there was some other voice on stage.
Van Jones, you know Van Jones from CNN. He's usually crying about things, gets most things wrong, but then in slow motion occasionally gets things right. Here he is. He should have been, over the last couple of weeks, going off explaining, because he always tries to pretend he's the same Democrat. So he should have been saying, boy, New York City, you really better vote for Cuomo to stop this guy. I'm not sure that he did that. But here he is, after listening to the speech, actually making some sense on how the tone of the speech was just really way off.
I think he missed an opportunity. I think the Mamdani that we saw on the campaign trail, who was a lot more calm, who was a lot warmer, who was a lot more embracing, was not present in that all the time. And I think that Mamdani is the one you need to hear from tonight. There are a lot of people trying to figure out, can I get on this train with him or not? Is he going to include me? Is he going to be more of a class warrior, even in office? I think he missed a chance tonight to open up and bring more people in.
Look, does he look like a young Saddam Hussein right here, by the way? Look at his face.
He kind of does.
Does he look like
it? Kind of does.
Right? Oh, my God. This is just crazy. But it's interesting that even Vanny boy, kind of realized that this is not the same guy we voted for. All of a sudden, got the power. And then what happened? Oh, he's wielding it like a son of a, like, hey, I fooled all of you dumbasses. And now look at what we got. I mean, okay, so people have to understand this. Okay. We had a little, there was a little bit of a discussion about SNAP benefits and how, Trump needs them. These people are going to die, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't want to get into it because it's just like, okay, we're trying to watch a football game last night and all that stuff. It's like, okay, agreed. There are people who are on SNAP benefits who should not be. There are 42, 46, 40-ish million people on SNAP. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's a ridiculous number.
That is asinine, ridiculous number. Yes.
And I
Agreed.
would bet you half of them should not be on it.
Oh, I would venture to guess probably more like 3/4 of the people should not be on it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen all the videos and all the? And it's really weird. It's all like the black gals, the big heavy set black gals who are pissed off that they won't be able to get their SNAP benefits.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but I mean, it's
Well,
just
I went
weird.
there. That's what we do.
Well,
at the Food Barn.
Well, and the thing is too, as I saw a black guy, bitching and moaning because he was getting his $4,800, I believe, a month.
Mm-hmm. Or
and he was saying, he's saying, no, you owe me that. You owe me that.
I remember.
I'm not going to work. I'm not going to work.
You owe me.
Owe me that. You owe me that. What?
I'm sorry, bitch. What the fuck did you just say?
But what he doesn't realize is who he's telling that to is the American people.
Yeah.
I don't owe that shit to you, bro.
I don't know. You jack squat.
I get up and work my ass off every day.
Yep.
And you're sitting there at home doing God knows what, collecting checks.
Here's
out of my dime.
Yeah, and here's the other interesting thing. And if you've seen some of the other videos, that guy was he was a disgusting piece of trash.
Right.
Then you have these other women, the fat black women, usually. They're the ones complaining the most. Walking around, and then you see the ones with the shopping carts. They're going, I'm going to take it right out of Target, not even pay. And people are trying to stop them and all this shit. And they're getting all angry. You can't get me, all this shit. Wow. You're strong enough and capable enough and able enough to go in, shop,
wrestle shopping carts,
walk right out, but you can't get yourself a freaking job.
Yeah, you can't go work.
There was a lady said, "Oh, it's in New Mexico or some shit like that. I've been on on the SNAP program, food stamps for over 30 years, and now I won't have my food benefits." Okay, first of all, problem number one, 30 years.
30 years.
This is not a fucking lifestyle. It should be a helping hand temporarily until you get back on your feet. It should be for people who can't really work because they're too disabled or something's going on in their lives. And that should be audited. Like Doge should audit this shit. But these ladies are bragging. Some of these other ladies are bragging about how they go show their receipt. Here's my receipt for $400. And they're buying everything under the sun. Doritos, Coca-Cola, steaks and lobster, you name it. By the way, bitch, when I go to the grocery store, I complain if I spend more than $100 every couple weeks. And same with my wife, and it's just the two of us. Yeah, we have kids, $300 or $400, maybe $600 a month. You can't stretch. You know what? I used to live off of Top Ramen. I used to get them for 10 cents a pack in a case for like $5, and you got 50 of them or 40 of them or whatever it was in the case.
You got 2 weeks worth of food right there.
I had a lot of food. Yeah, it was Top Ramen. I love Top Ramen still to this day.
I still love it to this day.
And I'll eat it. If I'm, I'm sorry. They were allowing people to get DoorDash with their SNAP.
Yeah, with their SNAP. Yeah.
Oh, well, you can't make them, try to find transportation to go down to the groceries. Yeah, you can. You're getting a free. You know what you need to do is you need to maybe work for it. If you're getting free money for food, clean up the graffiti, clean up the trash on the roads, clean up something, do something. Handout.
Yeah.
I don't get to go to the store and buy filet mignons. I don't get to go buy, big, huge rib roasts and lobster tails and everything else because I can't afford and don't want to put my money to better use. Okay, I'll get more benefit by getting something else. You know, I try to buy healthier stuff and not chips and, you know, shit and soda. I don't drink soda.
But that's kind of the thing. I think that, you know, the good thing is I'm kind of for it because yes, I know that there are people who need it. Yes, I know that there are people who have lost their jobs. They need a helping hand for a little while.
Those are the people that need it, but the people who don't are fucking it up for the people who do need it.
And that shyster mentality,
yeah,
is that snicker that they're tricking the system.
Yeah,
and that shit needs
owed.
Shit needs to stop.
Well, how do you think Mamdani got elected? He's giving, we're going to control grocery prices and it'll be a city run or it'll be a state run grocery store. Yeah, that works out great.
That's going to go over well.
You'll have empty shelves. I mean, just his whole philosophy is just horrific.
It'll never work.
It'll never work. But this guy thinks it, and people think they see freebies. Why do you think Joe Biden got as far as he did with shit? Because he promised, you know, we'll pay for all your schooling and shit like that. Oh, really? No, because here's the thing, dumbass. And the whole point of this is Mamdani's position is the government is there to provide. Oh, we'll provide you dignity, like in that clip. We'll provide you this, that, and the other. We'll provide you. What the government giveth, the government can taketh away. And if you're not self-sufficient, then you're at the mercy of overlords who control your life. Somebody else controls what you can and can't do in your life. People, get it through your head.
And you call that dignity? You think dignity, that he's going to give you dignity? No, he's taking it away. He's going to take away every shred of self-worth and dignity that you have.
It's opposite
because you're going to be reliant on the government, and you're going to be suckling off the government's teat. And guess what? It's going to get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter until
you don't deserve that much.
Choke on that goddamn ballot that you put in.
Yeah. No, the SNAP program, it was there with good intentions. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, and that was there to help people out. It has now been far abused, and fraud is running rampant throughout. And so now people who genuinely need it, not these other assholes who are complaining as they run around and throw a tantrum and all that. Well, you look like you're pretty able to work. Why don't you go get a job? And the people who truly can't work or need it the most are the ones that are getting screwed, you know, and then of course it's all Trump's fault. It's all the Republicans' fault. But well, wait a minute. They only have 50 votes and you need 60 to overturn it. But the Democrats are holding your SNAP benefits. They're holding air traffic controllers' paychecks and the military's paychecks and everybody else who works in government. They're the ones. Because now you hear, you know, here it is Friday, 3 days after Election Day. All of a sudden now you're willing to negotiate and they might get a deal done this weekend. Interesting, the timing on that, isn't it?
Interesting. Very interesting.
So here's this piece of shit. And you got Andy Frisella talking about this on his show. And I've got a few shorts I want to get through so we can go bam, bam, bam through these for you guys. Because we really kind of want to show what a shyster wolf in sheep's clothing this piece of shit Islamist, jihadist, communist really is. And again, we'll talk more about the Islamic part. If we haven't already, we will later on. But listen to more about how this guy is. And Andy has a great take on this whole thing as well.
January 1st, I will be sworn in.
Oh, and by the way, why is it they always feel they have to yell angrily in their speeches?
Like Holland, dude, chill.
My God, you got a microphone that amplifies your voice. You don't need to yell.
You don't need to yell.
My God, does anybody else notice that shit when these guys go up there?
Hillary, dude.
As the mayor of New York City.
I have a hard time believing that most New Yorkers are with this shit.
I don't know. I mean, if you look at just the money, though, like the majority of Mamdani's support doesn't come from New York City. It doesn't come from New York. Like, it was like 60% of his donations were out of state donations.
60%.
You guys are about to turn fucking New York into San Francisco, and you ain't gonna like it.
He's right.
That's the thing. I mean, once they actually see his plan in motion, they're gonna be like, "Oh man, now I get it." Now, shit. Oh shit.
In
Shit.
our zealousness to vote out the fascists, to keep the Trumps out of office, you idiots just voted in exactly what you were complaining about.
Yeah.
You know, so here's another one. This is Caitlin Collins. That's who it is, and she interviews him. And just look at his demeanor. Look at the way he answers the questions, and look at his little smiley fucking face. You want to just punch in, and see the demeanor before, because and can you tell which interviews were done before the election, and then how he was after, and then now he's begging for money, and you people are going to continue to be paying out your ass until the cows come home with this guy. It is unbelievable. Believable? No. This.
Today, the New York Times editorial board said they're not endorsing anyone in this race. They noted that you and Governor Andrew Cuomo seem to be the front runners. And they described your campaign as joyful. They said that you have a fresh style, but they also said, and these are their words, that you're running on an agenda uniquely unsuited to the city's challenges. They called you a Democratic Socialist who too often ignores the unavoidable trade-offs of government of governance. And they say that you basically want the government to operate grocery stores as if customer service and retail sales were strengths of the public sector. He minimizes.
Look at his face. Smug little bastard.
Smug. Yeah.
Knows he got caught. She nailed him on that. And now he's like, oh, Caitlin, you infidel.
Why are you interviewing me?
Why are you even just how dare you white liberal American infidel? Why are you interviewing me like this? Let's listen to his response.
Is the importance of policing. For someone who's not familiar with your platform, you have said you want free buses, city-run grocery stores, frozen rent. How do you plan to pay for those proposals?
Yeah.
So there are a number of ways. The first is that freezing the rent does not actually require the city to spend any additional money. The city has a board called the Rent Guidelines Board, which determines whether or not rents for rent-stabilized tenants increase. And the previous mayoral administration froze those rents 3 times. What we are proposing is to build on that precedent. And to make buses free, it costs about $700 million.
Notice he never says how he plans to build on that, or how freezing rent is going to be good for anybody except maybe the renter, but the landlord or whoever owns the property, and then whoever owns that beyond that, the actual building themselves, are going to get screwed. And guess what? You may not. I mean, if you ever really look into how rent control is the most horrible thing for people out there, do a little research on it. Just look it up. Ask Chet GPT. He might be able to tell you as well. But this guy doesn't ever explain anything. He wants universal health care, free buses, all that. We talk about this where who's going to be living on the buses, you think? The subways eventually.
Yeah, basically he's going to be paying, what did he say? Was it million?
700 million.
It was 700 million.
Yeah, let's go
$700 million to make buses basically homeless shelters.
So wait a minute. So $700 million to make buses free. Does anybody, is the math ain't mathin'?
Math ain't mathin' because you know what? The fees that they charge to do that, they go to the city, they go to the bus drivers, they go get maintenance, they go to the infrastructure. Who's going to end up paying that? Who's going to pay that?
I don't know. I have no idea who might be paying for that.
And where's he going to get this money?
I have no idea.
And you don't think that, you don't
no idea who's going to be paying for that.
You don't think that New Yorkers' taxes are going to go through the fucking roof, which they're already probably one of the highest taxed in the
Dude,
country.
He said he's going to do this without taxing anybody but ultra wealthy.
Bullshit. Let's
But
hear
the
it.
ultra wealthy who have the means to move out in a New York minute, pun intended.
Build on that precedent. And to make buses free, it costs about $700 million.
I mean, to make buses free, it costs $700 million.
Yeah, but that's making them free, right?
That's making them free. How do you make the buses pay for themselves after a while? Does that cost $1 billion before it starts turning a profit on itself? And where does that come? How does that
when
work?
is it? Yeah, and then wherever you get that 700 million, is it? Do they start becoming free once that loan's paid off, or when do they become free?
What loan? You don't pay interest on loans if you're a Muslim. Do you not know that? There's no interest on loans.
Well, then they should be able to pay it off pretty quick, then, right?
Right, exactly.
Taxpayer subsidy of New York.
Right, taxpayer subsidy. And please donate to my campaign at Transition 2025. What does that mean, Transition 2025? Is that the right? Let me check that website again real quick. Because I swear to God, that means something different than what I was thinking. I can't remember what it was. Oh, wait, it's over here. It is, oh yeah, Transition 2025. I wonder if there's a double entendre meaning there.
I don't know.
I don't know. So yeah, let's listen to a little bit more of this guy who's free. Whose free bus system costs you $700 million, New York. Good job, New York. Way to go.
To deliver universal child care, we're looking at a cost of about $5 to $6 billion.
Okay, so universal health care is about $5 to $6 billion plus another $700 million. So right now we're pushing about $7 billion, $6.5 to $7 billion, give or take whatever number you want to use, to get free shit for everybody. By the way,
yeah, to turn it to a communist or socialist
utopia.
Yeah, utopia. Yeah,
I mean everything's free. I got a question for you.
And the shopping's going to be free.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm going to have a ball, dude. I think I might move there. I know it sounds amazing.
So good. Well, because here's my question for you, dude. If everything's free and we're supposed to create things that are free because that's what we do in a utopian society of socialism.
Yeah.
If somebody comes to you and wants a brochure or a logo done or an ad for their product so people can, come get our products for free, not somebody else's product, so we can continue making them free. How invested in that art project are you going to be for that person if you're, not making money on it?
Doing it for free?
Right.
Not at all. I'm packing my bags and getting the fuck out of there because I don't work in trade, because that's basically what you would have to do.
That's exactly what you'd have to do.
Oh, but wait, Rude. Everything's free. So why would you need money for a project? Because everything's free. You can get free food. You get a free ride wherever you want to go.
Well, yeah, and the thing is that people don't realize is that, do you not realize that if you're getting everything for free, why would you have to do anything to create anything that is being given to somebody else for free? Why would you put the time and effort into it? Why would you make it the best quality you possibly could so it doesn't break down on you or something like that? Why would you do anything for free? Oh, but if I'm an airplane mechanic, okay, I don't know. Did you notice that there was a plane crash the other day?
Mm-hmm.
A little UPS plane kind of went down before it even went up. And they are now saying that possibly the mechanics work on the engine. They call it the pylon. That's what holds the engine to the wing. Wasn't reassembled properly, maybe. And that's UPS. That's not even just Boeing in general. Like, they've had their issues with their construction of airplanes.
Yeah, they're tinker toys that they're putting together.
Yeah, the plane that went down was that MD-11. It's that big, huge with the engine on top of the tail as well.
Yeah.
Huge ass plane. I've flown in those once. It's a big plane, but it's old. I think it first went into service in late 80s, early 90s, something like that. Was used by Thai Airlines or Airways or whatever. And then UPS bought it off of them from 1991 to 2006. They bought it and they've been running it as a freighter, running all of your packages that you want delivered everywhere.
Sure.
Because it's a big plane. And they still have a few in their fleet, but they've been upgrading to other Airbuses and other, Boeing 777s or whatever. But this thing is old. But their mechanics are paid pretty well, I believe, to keep their planes flying because it's a very important deal to do,
Yeah.
And
keep them in the air.
Yeah. But if you were a mechanic, would you really give a shit if you weren't really getting paid and everything was for free and you're flying packages around for free? I mean, how does this work?
No one would be doing shit.
How
You'd
does
have
this
just
work?
a bunch of freeloaders, and then what do? How do you get people to provide goods and services?
Right. Why would anybody give a shit? You go into a Starbucks and I'm supposed to be happy and smiley and make you a coffee because I'm a barista. And I'm supposed to be hey, what can I get you today for your coffee? Oh, I would like a double whipped sugar-free latte espresso with this, that, and the other, and Cool Whip and fucking margarine in it and shit. Just give me a coffee, and I'm supposed to be happy, but I know you're not going to tip me.
Yeah.
Why do I need a tip? Everything's free, so I don't need to make money.
Well, the self-employment and small business goes out the window.
Right.
There is none anymore. Say you're a sandwich shop.
Yeah.
Well, how do I get my produce?
Well, you DoorDash.
If I have because I'm supposed to be accepting trade or nothing for my product. So how am I supposed to pay for my produce to provide the product that I'm making?
Because if you're not, well, it wouldn't matter. You're just going to be one of those people that will be a minion, a little sheep, and do what you're supposed to do to work for the betterment of society.
Yeah. So that means if I'm expected to do that as a small business owner, is Kesamakis supposed to do that as well?
Well, it's expected, but what if he doesn't?
But what if Kesamakis doesn't? Then I don't get my produce.
Right.
And then I'm out of business.
Well, gosh, you would think anybody who has a mindset to want to work hard and provide the best product, after a while, they're going to say, why am I working so hard for nothing?
Fuck it. Why am I even working?
Why am I even working? It's like, okay, so the great example was in school where they graded on a average or curve or whatever it was.
Curve, yeah.
Yeah. So the really smart people who got all the A's because they're smart and they studied, they did what they needed to do, whether they're smarter or not, whatever. They studied, they got the A's. Then you got B's and C's, and then you got the people who have got the D's and F's. But because you're grading on a curve and you're grading on an average, everybody gets a C. So the guys who didn't do anything, who got an F, who didn't study, who were up all night playing, World of Warcraft or some shit like that, got an F, didn't even study, probably didn't even show up to class, maybe showed up to class, but just sat there and didn't do anything. They got a C, so they're getting a passing grade. And those who are working really hard, it's like, well, I studied for like 4 hours last night.
Why did I even study?
Why did I even study? I got an A, but I really only got a C.
Yeah. Or we averaged out at a B minus. I mean, come on.
Do you think after a while those kids who studied hard, who wanted to better themselves and all that shit, are just going to go, well, I'm only going to get a C anyway, so why should I waste my time?
I think the majority of them had it. I mean, it had that mindset,
Yeah.
There was the one or two standouts that just did it because they were fucking little whizzes, right? And it's just in their nature. But the majority of them just said, fuck it.
This is New York City right now. This is the left. This is the Democrat Party right now. That is the mentality.
And if you're listening and if you don't understand this, just start asking questions. That's what me and Barnes doing. We're asking questions, and
that'd be great. But how does that really work?
Yeah. It sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
It sounds like the lost city of Atlantis. It was just
yeah.
utopia. And everybody's walking around and the sun's always shining and we're in togas and and slippers and
Everybody's
we're
having sex with
waving-
everybody they want, and no diseases ever happen, and no children ever happen, and all that stuff.
Utopian society.
Yeah.
How does that really work? Let's dig down to the foundation of that.
Yeah.
No wonder why it got flooded. Because it didn't fucking work. It's not a reality, and it never will be.
Yeah. But don't forget to check out therudebarn.etsy.com. This is our store. Got some new stuff up there. Got some new hoodies with our RB logo. We got Question Everything, alien shirts, all that going on. So check all this out. Proceeds go to help our show. We don't make much on it. We just like to have some fun with it. And everything. So please check it out. There's Question Everything alien shirt, the OG Question Everything shirt we had there. All that. There's a bunch of stuff. It's a lot of fun. So check that out. But we appreciate you coming on board, and we will see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.
Later, gang.